From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Buffalo Bills. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-6, pull it back.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Dancing to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Allen now looks to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jerron Harmon right there on the coverage. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 or.
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Now Stidham on first down. Catch is made by Hurd. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Stidham. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Undercrunch. Hey, high 7. Hey. 58, come on. Oh, yeah. Deep grip.
On 3rd down, Stidham. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right there, 54 miles. Check.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Ready? 90 Wolf. Mike 58, right there. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 6 guys.
He's got the first down inside the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this is caught. It's Edelman. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jalen Hurd with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with goal. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw is Stidham. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Allen. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Christian, Travis.
Stidham again here on 2nd and 10. This is White on the screen. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. On 2nd down, Singletary. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, they stick with Singletary. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The offense on third down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bills on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the gun, Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw complete to Dorsett. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Michelle. And he works free. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 52 yards. Well, a nice little sprint there. I guess if you're the defense, the only thing you hold on to, you got him out of bounds, but it's 1st and goal.
And that's all you can hold on to because they didn't hold on to him very well on that run. He gives them 1st and goal, as you outlined, with a big-time play.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Running out of the gun with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This one into the hands of Hurd. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.